opinions be told. Wrexham forever, through thick and thin. It's WREXtra time, let the calls begin.
Well, good evening, everybody. We are back again. Why does it say Champ Chat? Because I clicked the wrong one. That's why it says Champ Chat, guys. See? I'm so annoyed with the result. I didn't even click the correct button. Where is it? Extra time. There we go. Now we've changed it. Now we look good. That makes me happy because the match didn't make me happy. It was a mess. We were so lightweight. We were pushed around the pitch, pushed off the ball. But we turned it around a little bit in the second half and we had our chances, but we didn't take them, guys. So that is 3 points gone a begging, and they could be an important 3 points that we kind of needed. So welcome, everybody. This is WREXtra time on the Local Pundit. My name is Paddy Power, and how it works here is I've already put the link out in the chat, guys. This is a show for you to come in, have your say, and let's talk about the match. Let's vent. Let's talk through our pain tonight because it was a difficult one. We had a good match against Swansea earlier in the week, 3 points, and now we're after letting this one slide past us. So that does put a little bit of a crimp into our playoff scenarios. I'll bring those up in just a moment. I will say hello to everybody. So we do have our first guest in the background waiting. Guys, let me put it out there again. Let's see if we can get lots of people on tonight to come and join us in our misery at the end of that match. Link to show in the chat, guys. Boom. There we go. It's up again. So who is here tonight? Tonight we have Habsfication Yo in the house. Scum Army is here. He enjoyed the Ratbone air kick. It was pretty funny, actually. What was not funny was him waving his hands in the air, shouting at the ref, going, "Ref, foul!" And then them breaking down the other end of the pitch and scoring a goal. Wasn't too happy about that. So Scum Army, you're very welcome to come in tonight. I'm still waiting for you to join the show. Tonight is a perfect opportunity because you guys don't play till tomorrow. Right, Habsfication says the thing that's pretty obvious. Well, that could have gone better. It could have gone better. And also not happy about the goal difference lost tonight as well. That last goal didn't help either. It may be important because we do still have to play Southampton, but now that goal difference has gotten a tad worse as well. Okay, Tom Evans is going straight in two-footed. We will be out of the playoffs tomorrow. We might be. We absolutely might be. So, as I said, we'll have a look at that in a moment. Okay, Dave H is here. Are we missing Kiefer? I missed the match. You missed more than the match if you don't know that Kiefer's out. We're going to be missing Kiefer for a little bit. He might be back after the international break, but he's going to be out for the Sheffield United match at the weekend. Just spotted this. I need to change the thumbnail to 3-1. That wasn't me. I'm not responsible for thumbnails. And yeah, it wasn't updated by Big Boss Man. So you're correct. The thumbnail should have been 3-1, not 2-1. Yeah. So first comment there from Scum Army. Mate, they look tired. Need to rotate. I looked at your fixtures and it's a hard one. It is a hard one. If you don't have the depth, a lot of hard away games. Yeah, look, it'll be tough. We'll have to do it. No choice. Or we're going to fall out of the playoffs. Pretty simple. First season in the championship. No matter where we end, it is and has been a solid first championship season. Of course, we're going to be disappointed if we don't make it into the playoffs at the end of the season. But I'll say it now, and everybody remember that I did say this. If I'm not happy at the end of the season, it has been a good season. It has been a very good first season. And with more upgrades in the summer, the expectation will absolutely be minimum in the playoffs next year. I know we could have some really tough teams coming down from the Prem, but We will definitely upgrade in the summer, and if we don't get into the playoffs this year, that absolutely has to be the aim for next year. So Myrtland is saying, yes, we had our chances. We did have chances in that second half. So it's not all doom and gloom. We can talk about the second half and see what was in there to look at. But look, we didn't get the job done. Simple as that. Kelly is in the house. She's listening while working on her income taxes. It all feels kind of grim right now, especially given that it's St. Paddy's Day. Well, actually, for me, it has just ended St. Paddy's Day because it is now 4 minutes past midnight. So I am here talking to you guys. So if I'm here talking, you guys better jump in and come talk with me. Because I enjoy talking to you guys. It's fun. That's why I'm here doing it. Even after losses like tonight. Martland again, here's a little positivity. The max goal was nice. It was. And he nearly had more than that one too. Okay, so that's hello around the houses to everybody. So join in the chats. Do come and join the show, and we will bring in our first guest. So, Habs, hello.
Yo, is Interpol's most wanted.
Hello, hello. Oh, we do have another guest. Habs, I'm going to put you on hold for a second.
That's fine, bring him in. Bring him in.
Look who we have. This is Scamarmy. Hello, welcome.
Hey,
Hello,
Mark.
how's it going? How's it going, boys?
Well, not that great because we lost quite handily. But it happens. You know, you're not going to win every single one of them. But that does open the door for you guys to catch us tomorrow.
Yeah, do you know what? I think tomorrow's a tough game for us guys. I see
It
that
is.
Norwich. They haven't dropped any points in like since Christmas. I think they've only lost one game to Birmingham, so that's a tough game for us boys, even at home.
It is, absolutely, yeah. I was saying before the match tonight that your match is tougher than our one tonight, in my opinion.
Yeah, do you
So
know what? Do you know what I think? Looking at your team tonight, I just couldn't believe how I've seen Wrexham play a lot this season. I couldn't believe how tired they were.
Yeah, we were absolutely off it with our passing. We have had some lovely passing this season, and I've been quite happy with it actually because it's been a new string to the bow. We are going direct still now very often, but the passing is really getting us there. Excuse me. And tonight we were just completely off it. Every single person had bad passes tonight, I think. We were bullied around that pitch as well.
Watford were definitely in your face. The midfield battles, it was like normally when you see Wrexham, they don't normally stay off a play, you know, and just not make a tackle. And the first half, they looked like that. They looked lackluster, and Watford were just in your face in midfield and just literally winning those second balls, running to the man. That number 66 down the right wing was ripping Wrexham apart. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Yeah, absolutely. They were running through us at times. They were intercepting balls quite a bit. We were just handing them the ball quite often as well with bad passes. And we weren't on the breaks either. You know, that's usually our style, is to hit them really fast on the break when they make a mistake, when we force them with pressing. But they were doing it to us tonight. And that first half, 0 shots, not just on target, 0 shots in that first half. That was ridiculous.
I was on the phone to my father-in-law, and me and him was looking at the TV going, because we always do the video calls, we watch games together, and me and him at stages we was like, we watching the same thing. We were watching Wrexham. What's going on? And because we just couldn't, seriously, we couldn't believe it, because there was just stages where Lewis O'Brien in the second half as well, he makes a tackle, and it's literally, there's no need to do it. He takes a player out, he could get a yellow card. There's like things like that, and you could tell they were tired. You were looking at them and you were thinking, they're tired. They're actually tired. They literally, it was, do you know what I mean? Some of the fouls they didn't make, stuff like that, and you just see it, their body language. You could just read it for what it was. And I think that, like you said, I don't know how big your squad is, but they need to make changes.
Yeah, we're doing okay in some parts of the pitch, but we're light in others due to some injuries. But we do have players there, and I guess Parky isn't happy to start them. We had DKD come on. We have Cadamartery. but he, as of yet, won't play them from the start of the match. Now, would it have been an idea to play them at the start and then let some of the more senior players come on late in the match? Maybe. But of course, no matter what happens, he takes the criticism. If he puts them on from the start and they get it wrong, then people are going to shout. But look, fans are going to shout no matter what. You have to decide what you're doing yourself. And we said it in the pre-game show that he likes to keep the team the same. He doesn't change them terribly often. And sometimes he needs to take that risk, if they are getting a bit leggy, if they are playing a bit much.
Yeah, continuity. Every manager likes it, but 46 games of the championship season, it's too many. Like you say, it's too many games, right? Yeah, 100%. But like I said, I was surprised, but I thought second half they were going to come out different. I had 2-2 on the game on Bet365. And I thought it was going to happen, but it just didn't happen. They just normally that Wrexham fight, it was just gone tonight, and like you say, it's those hard games away, and you've got 3 on the bounce. I just see that it was Sheffield United and someone else. Is it Sheffield United and someone else? I didn't see
Sheffield United is next. Let me just double check after that. Off the top of my head, I can't remember anymore.
We've got West Brom after, I think.
Is it West Brom?
I've just been, as a Saints fan, I've been taking game by game, Paddy. Do you know what I mean? And tomorrow's game is going to be super tough for us boys. I'm expecting a draw. So if we got better than that, brilliant. But tough game.
Well, we've been hitting the first half a lot because it was definitely a game of two halves for us. But before we kind of move into the second half too much, let's have a quick look at the table and where it stands now that we had that movement after tonight's match. So Hull is still 3 points ahead of us on the same matches played now. We do have goal difference on them, so if we can make up the 3 points, that will push them below us. Then you guys are behind us by 3 points with your game in hand. So it's up to you tomorrow night. You're currently +4 on us as well, which we'd like to maybe bring down just a little bit if we can before you play us. But we'll see how that goes in the next couple of matches. Then Derby County, they are playing Birmingham at the weekend, but they just had their win against Portsmouth yesterday for their weekend match. So they are on 57 points, the same as Southampton, but you guys have that game in hand tomorrow. So that's an interesting one. And then Watford, now that they took an extra 3 points from us tonight, they're on the 38 match as well, 55 points. So 5 points behind us in sixth. Doable, of course. We were hoping that with a slide tonight, they would be out of it. Pretty much out of it anyway, but no, they're hanging in there. So at the moment, it kind of is this 5-way race for those 2 spots, 5th and 6th at the moment, with Hull obviously in the pole position.
If Norwich win tomorrow, they've got a chance of jumping at it, right, with their form. They'll be on 54 points, I believe.
I'll double check that and see where they'll be.
And with their form only losing 1 game, they'd be up for it.
They'll be on 54 points with 38 matches played. So with the way they've been playing lately, they would have a shot at it. Yeah. Who do they have? Let's have a quick look at their.
I think Hull's got the easiest running, though, Paddy.
Hull.
If you see the remainder of their games and your games, they've got an easier run
just from our group. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just from
because
our
you've
group,
got Birmingham away. They've only lost 1 game at home. You've got Coventry. I think you've got Coventry away. They've only ever lost 2 games all season at home.
Middlesbrough at home.
Yeah, it's not. Like I say, I look at the fixtures sometimes and I'm like, that's not fair. As a Saints fan, I'm like, that's not fair. Well, we got to get Norwich now, Oh, we've got Oxford. They're fighting for relegation battle. Do you know what I mean? But like you say, it's the championship, right? Every game's hard.
Yeah, I've been saying it for a while. We do have a pretty tough run in. Last 2 matches, we've got the top 2 in the table, or kind of. I know Middlesbrough have been floating around a little bit, but they've been up there. So yeah, it's going to be a tight one coming in the end. This is why I would like to have made our move now, and kind of moved up and tried to fight for a little bit higher position, so that
Yeah.
maybe later with those tough matches we can afford to slide a little bit. But yeah, it looks like they're going to push us all the way down to the wire here at the moment. Now, the only thing I will say is we do tend to like to step up for the big matches. Something weird about us. We've always taken it a little bit easier on some of the weaker teams, and they've actually caused us banana skins and whatever. But we'll see how it goes. Tough teams, you can never tell, but we generally are up for them. So who knows? We'll see. Got to get there first with the points.
Do you think people will, after tonight's performance, though, does that worry you at all?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, because I honestly, I didn't want to go. I thought to myself, we go away to Wrexham, 1-1 draw, that is it. But seeing after tonight, like you say, you got Sheffield on the weekend, they'll be up for it after seeing that. Like you said, Parky's got to make those changes. You see a little bit of an improvement in the second half, but again, it was. I just can't believe they just weren't willing to, they were standing off a man. Not making those challenges that they needed to make. The players, the urgency was not there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the urgency was completely gone compared to usual. That's absolutely true. And our pressing wasn't good enough either. It was kind of individual pressing rather than team unit pressing. So you can play around it, reasonably easy when you do that with a good team who can pass. And they could certainly pick a pass tonight around us. So I want to have a look with crosses in, if I can find it. We had some ridiculous amount of crosses, and none of them hit their mark almost. I saw it at one point. I think it was like 2 out of 14 that actually ended up on target, which is not like us at all.
Do you think Kiefer Moore and people like that being a problem? Because I see J Rod come on, and I'm thinking, why is J Rod coming on? So what's wrong with Kiefer Moore? How long is he out for?
We hope he'll be back after the international break.
Yeah.
So he's going to be missing for the Sheffield United, and then he might be back after the international break. But I don't think there's a guarantee on that just yet. So.
Yeah, you could definitely do with that sort of man, and like you said, Watford was struggling, but there was no big target in there, was there?
No, there wasn't, and Smith was getting nothing from the ref whatsoever. Now maybe he was playing it a little bit too much, but they were pushing us around the pitch.
I think that made it worse though, Paddy, didn't it? Do you know what I mean? If he would have, do you know what I mean? Sort of tried to stay up a little bit more. I think he would have had more luck with the ref. Because I don't think it was all one-way traffic. I think that, like you say, refs this season, what do they say in the Championship? They say they equal themselves out, don't they? But tonight, like you say, the one thing I couldn't stand at all, and it was absolutely killing me. I was effing and jeffing at the TV, mate. I was just seeing them on the floor for stretches. Oh, and there's no head injuries, and everyone's there wanting to get a stretch out on the pitch. Couldn't handle it.
Yeah. So, Habs, what did you think about that first half?
I thought it was great. I thought it was brilliant. We played like no one else could. We were literally like prime Barcelona. We were in the first half.
Come on, man.
No, we were terrible. I mean, as it was said, I mean, it was just there was no one getting to second balls. No one was there. There was just so much gaps everywhere. No one was intercepting anything. There were just bad passes everywhere. I mean, we had this weird, look, I get it that one of our tactics is to go long ball to Sam and try and get it on the end of it. But we became so over-reliant on it to the point where it was like, you've got to give up this tactic. It's not going to work now. You've got to stop doing that. Sam's not going to get it. They're going to stop doing it. The middle of the pitch was just lost. We just did not have any fight. There was just no fight in there whatsoever. You could see so many times where whenever they were pressing, it was. I mean, they passed the ball around, and just no one was there. Just no one was there at the end of it.
Yeah,
There was
It was
just
like they
no.
lacked. Go on. It was like they lacked leaders on the pitch, Habs.
The thing is, most time that's not how we usually play. that's the thing.
yeah.
We would be always on it. We would be marking every man. We'd be going after the ball at any point. But there was just no sense of urgency. There wasn't. And I was just looking at it every time. I was like, why are you standing there? Stop looking at the ball. There was a lot of ball watching.
There
A lot of
was.
ball watch. There was a lot of ball watching throughout the first half. I was thinking, what are you doing? Why are you standing there? Get on it. There's just no sense of urgency. No, just seeing the ball go past. And you're like, what are you doing? Go after the ball. You're quite literally there. Just go
Dobson's
after
a
it.
bit of an engine room, though. Would that change when Dobson's back?
Usually would, yeah.
Potentially, yeah. He's all over that midfield. So it helps a lot when he's there. But you know what? I'm going to call out Dobson for this and stupid red card. He should know better when he gets tired. Diving in on top of people and a Prem quality player, and what, you're about 10 seconds too late with your tackle to get yourself a red card. Now, look, the whole VAR thing I'm going to ignore completely, but the idea of, if it was in the championship, that wouldn't matter. It would be a yellow. Well, it wasn't in the championship anymore. It did matter, and you got yourself a red. So yeah, it hurts us in time that we potentially need him. I'm not going to put everything on Dobson because it's a team effort. We've been doing our best, but we've lost so many now. So we've lost Sheaf as well. Sheaf is gone for the rest of the season. Matty James is currently out as well with a broken toe or some issue with his toe. And he's waiting to come back as well. He could be another few matches. We're not quite sure. And then Dobson goes out as well. So it changes up that midfield completely. And for Smith, he didn't have a good match tonight. But again, he wasn't getting good service. Long balls up to Smith, we know don't really work. We have to play it to him. And that's, I suppose, the movement on to the second half. How on earth did we come out of the second half and start making actual passes compared to in the first half? Now, I know we missed quite a few passes in the second as well, caused ourselves problems, but we controlled the ball and we played our passing game in that second half. And if we'd done it in the first half, we probably would have won that match. It's so weird the way that happens.
I think on the 66 comes off in the 70th minute. He started to get tired. He was the only one running at you. I think in the second half, he wasn't as present as he was in the first half. And I think in the midfield battle as well, I think that they were a lot more up for it in the first half than in the second half. And that Will Stills, the one that was at us, he's the one that lost us 12 games. His brother manages Watford, and they literally play to defend a lead, so they don't mind. So I do think they come out with that mindset, waste time. You could see it on the pitch. They were playing more like the away team, weren't they? Wasting time and stuff. And I think they were happy to sit back on it. Compared to, like you said, the only reason they got that third goal is because you were chasing the game.
Yeah, and they got away with it, though. It's a very dangerous thing to do in the championship, to try and sit on a lead for 45 minutes. Now, I know they had 2 goals, which is something, it wasn't just a single goal. But the amount of opportunities that ultimately they allowed us, we had a lot of crosses in, and now maybe they weren't shots on target. That's a common thing for us. Stats don't show everything with our play because there's so many crosses in. And if you don't get on the end of them, it doesn't count as a shot. But it was a potentially dangerous situation, and let's say a chance at times. But we didn't finish it in the second half, and it's because we gave ourselves too much to do. But it was dangerous for them to do that, to sit back so heavily. And we've done it before. we could have pulled that back. And the third goal is the third goal because we were chasing it. Yeah.
I think
The thing is,
go on.
we did something similar to Portsmouth as well. That's the
Yeah.
thing. When they came to the race course, we scored 2-0. They scored one back, and we sat back most of the match, and we just did a case of defending instead of going forward and trying to aim to score. But there's not much you can really say about that in terms of this. I mean, we just did not. There was just no sense of urgency at all when it got to that. And and there were some really good shots as well. There were some really good crosses. No one was there at the end of it. No one was there. It's like they it's just that urgency was just not there. Switched off. There were so many good crosses we could have given. We gave. Kabore gave so many good shots, crosses as well. Doyle did. Thomason did. It's just no sense of just like, what are you doing? Why are you standing there? There's some good. There was some nice low crosses that were done on both sides of on the wide areas, but just nothing to just get on the end of it. Just nothing on the end of it.
It was like Portsmouth last night. Even when you see the momentum in the game, and like you check foot mob, and Watford didn't have massive momentum in the second half. Like you said, they totally changed it. Wrexham did in the second half, and you were going gun ho for a good period of time in the second half. Just couldn't do anything with it. You had no one finishing it, and you had no one creating anything to set up that Smith up front, right?
Yeah, and that's my point. Is a lot of those issues were our mistakes. It wasn't that they were able to defend extremely well and hold their lead. If we had played to our normal ability, we would have won that match. But we didn't. They did their best. I'm not going to take it away from them, certainly. But we messed it up ourselves. Even in that second half when we started playing better, we were still giving them breaks. We were still having bad passes and chasing it. And I was just so sloppy. I haven't seen us that bad most of the season. Really disappointing.
It hurts even more when you know that Watford have only won 2 of their last 5 matches. You know, you're expecting to go into this game, you're expecting to win it. This is like, well, when we went over to West Brom and we got 1-1, you know, and they were 1-0 up, we managed to get a goal back last minute, right? And it's that feeling. It's like, oh, we might have messed it up, the playoffs, you know. It's horrible. You got that 3-point cushion, so it's not like that. It's not as bad as that, but there's nothing worse, right? You're expecting to go in this and win this game.
Yeah, as much as you can. We were nervous about it, but yeah, I get the point.
I was expecting a draw. I wanted a win, but I was expecting a draw at best because we just didn't have that kind of. Especially when I saw the lineup as well, I was like, really? I mean, we're gonna burn ourselves to the ground we are by doing that. But it had to happen. I mean, one thing I will have to say is that Parky should have subbed a lot earlier. I think he should have subbed a lot more earlier with some of the stuff. I mean, at that point when we saw Sam, it became far too self-evident to the point that you need to take him off. You just have to take him off. It was just too self-evident at that point that he was not going to get the service. The referee was not going to get him. There was a point where literally one of the Watford players, I can't remember who it was, jumped on him in the penalty area and just dropped him on the ground. He jumped on him. Didn't get a pen for that. But it took forever. It took far too long. It did.
Yeah, one issue I have with some of our attacking players, and Smith is one of them, is when you know you're getting nothing from the referee, you better change up your style just a little bit, you know? Don't give him the excuses. He was giving every single foul against you and giving you absolutely nothing. And I've called out other attackers on our teams as well at different times for the same thing. You have to figure out what is acceptable and what's not with that ref. It doesn't matter whether he's a good ref, bad ref, you know, is being too light or is calling every single foul. You have to change your play to adapt to the ref because he's not going to change for you. You can shout at him all you want, It's not going to help. And I absolutely detest players who fall over, whether on purpose or not, but then don't get the foul or a call and start waving their hands around and shouting, "Get up off the ground and go and help your bloody team." It bugs me. One thing really annoys me.
I'll tell you what, that just quickly, it's on subject but not on subject. Did you see how many people were in that ground tonight for a team that's about to get into the playoffs? If they could get in the playoffs, obviously, but you know what I mean. But wow, there was no fans in it. It was empty.
It was literally empty.
Yeah, it was really weird because I was having a look at their fan board, and they are really negative against their team, saying that they're useless, they're going to achieve nothing, they've lost it already and stuff like this. They're extremely negative. Now I know they're on a run of bad form at the moment, but like you said, they're not crazy far away if they beat us tonight, and they did. They managed to get those 3 points. Now, if they'd lost to us tonight, yeah, that's probably the start of the end for them. But yeah, you stick with them to the end, or you should be.
It's madness. But yeah, like I say, when I look at these games though now, I see our run of games, your run of games. It's still open. I thought it was going to be over for some teams, but say Saints. I don't say if Saints lose tomorrow, that's it. The top six is all of a sudden, that last spot is all of a sudden open to everyone because Hull have got Sheffield Wednesday, and that's guaranteed 3 points.
Pretty much.
Then they're on 66. And then that it opens everything right back up.
Yeah, and just going a little higher up the table there, because we didn't include them earlier. Millwall have a run now of 3 potentially really difficult matches. They could lose all of them and go on a bit of a slide down the table a bit so that they look catchable. But after that, they have as easy a run-in as you can kind of get. Now, it does include some of the relegation fighting teams. So at this stage of the season, we know they can be difficult at times, but it does look like a pretty easy finish for them. So either they're going to go on a nice slide now in the next couple of matches, or they're pretty much safe for the rest of the season.
It's Derby around there too. The Derby have got Birmingham, Coventry, Stoke, Southampton, Oxford. And even those games, there's still hard games in there, right?
Yeah, they can be. It's all to play for. It's like people say, "Oh, you actually want the middle tables." Once you start getting this close to the end of the season, you want people who know they're not going to get to the playoffs and they know they're comfortable and not going to hit the relegation battles either.
I've never seen a championship season so built up, so all over the place. I've never seen one like this before since I've been watching the championship. Never seen it, Paddy.
And that's why. Go on.
There's a reason why. It's because the usual. What are they called? What's the thing?
Parachute teams.
Parachute teams. That's it. Yeah, like yours or Ipswich. They didn't start well. Not many of them really did anything. I mean, Leicester. Where's Leicester?
Yeah, we got 2 wins out of our first 12 with our manager. That was absolutely shockingly shit. No offense, but wow.
Yeah,
and we got 2 wins out of 12. So and then now it's completely flipped the head, So yeah, I get what you're saying, 100%. But then even then, like you said, you look at that now, and you look at that 16, 17. So let's say 17 to what 7th. There's 9 points separating it. It's not much, is it? Really? Like, do you know what I mean? It's quite a big. It's like 9 places. It's insane. Yeah. There's like I said, everyone's still in it. No one's. I said earlier on the pre-match show. I said, "Oh, Watford are on the beach." I didn't expect that tonight.
Yeah.
Looks like we were.
Yeah, there's an awful lot of traffic for these teams, of course. But we've mentioned probably Norwich is the only one that looks like they're actually on that sort of winning form that they could keep it going potentially and pull enough. Because even with the teams above us, I expect them to stay pretty much where they are. I know they all have to kind of fight it out amongst each other. They'll all drop a few points here and there. But there's always that chance that at least one of them might go on a bad slide and just keep going. But it's starting to look like we're seeing the end of the season coming. But there's some fights in it yet. And that's what kind of encourages me as well, is if it comes down to the last two matches and we need 4 points out of those last two matches, and we've got Middlesbrough and Coventry, there's a chance we're going to take those 4 points. Now, it's not an easy task by any means or stretch if we end up having to do something like that. But we like the big matches, and it could happen. So we'll wait and see. I'm happy either way. I said it earlier so that everybody knows. Wrexham have had a fantastic season, and if we end up sliding just outside the playoffs, so be it. We won't be happy about it, but it's still a fantastic season for first year in Championship.
Oh, amazing. Absolutely amazing, right? Just a quick one. I would love to see Norwich's points per game at the moment since Christmas. Do we know that? How do we pull that up? Because I tell you what,
keep chatting. I'll have a look and find something.
Yeah, I would love to see it. Habs, what do you think on the next 3 games? What are you thinking? Is it game by game, or can you see so many points in it or not?
I mean, I've been saying every game for the last 10 games, I've been saying it's got to be out. You've got to treat every game as a cup final. Basically, every game has to be treated like a cup final from the last 10 games onwards. And today it was just more like generic mid-season league match, as opposed to actually showing up. It was just no effort. So, but for the next match, it doesn't give me much confidence because we've got to go to Bramwell Lane and just have to deal with those lot.
Yeah, it's Chris Wilder as well. They're going to be up for it. I don't want to put a down on it, but Chris Wilder won't give up to no man. But then Parky's exactly the same, right? So them two next to each other is going to be interesting.
The only thing is that you have to. I mean, we beat them at the racecourse, but we have to go there and beat them, and they're going to be up for it. And since they saw us lose the way we did, it doesn't give me much confidence in the fact that we're going to have to go there and give a performance to try and beat them. And
yeah,
I think they rotate. Wrexham rotate. They've got to rotate, and they've got to rotate.
Well, we've got to.
It's the injuries at the moment, but we do have to use some of the other players just for energy levels, at least. Yeah. So I have your answer here. Let's have a look at this for a second. So last 12 matches, Norwich City are leading with 2.25 per match. Cool. Last 10, they are on 2.4 per match. Now last 8, let's have a look at that one. 2 seconds. So 20. Last 8 matches, they're on 2.5.
They're in form, aren't they? That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. So when people are putting their heads down, any Wrexham fans that are putting your heads down, tomorrow is a hard game for Southampton. Yeah. It's not an easy game.
Last 6 matches, 2.5.
I don't think it might not seem easy, but I don't think you're going to lose either.
We're good at home, we're good at away, but we've lost players, Habs, so not a lot of people see that. The manager finds new ways of playing, so we went away. We got no Cienza, no Ross Stewart, no Jay Robinson, no... I can't even think of his name, but we're missing four squad players that are always involved in the first team, right? And he's managing to fill these holes, come up with new formations. Coventry, we took one man out of their midfield and managed to exploit him, and like I said, it was like Watford tonight. That's what they done. They looked to me that they flooded midfield in the first half and didn't give you much chance and were in your face. The Saints manager sort of always comes up with Sam, but with a Norwich and Nat Clement, They are exactly the same. They find a way to win. That's what I'm worried about. They find a way to win. So, like I say, I think a draw. I'm hoping for a draw because a loss, like you said, we're undefeated in I think 12. You take that away, it's a lot of momentum straight away. Like Birmingham, they got beat at home and then their forms dipped off a cliff.
When did you last lose at home?
Like I said, we haven't been beaten in 12, so I don't know, but a long fair time ago. It was against Hull actually, 2-0, 2-1.
Yeah. So I just pulled up Norwich's upcoming matches, and obviously you just mentioned they got you guys next. Then they have Charlton away and Portsmouth at home. So if they do take you guys out, the likelihood is they're going to take out Charlton and Portsmouth too.
Yeah, like I'm saying, there's games there for points for them, isn't there?
Yeah. And then it gets a bit tougher again. Then they get Millwall, Ipswich, Bristol City, and Derby.
It's all about who drops the ball, though, right, Paddy?
Yeah, exactly.
Who
And then
drops the ball.
Swansea and Hull. Norwich do actually have a fairly easy-ish kind of run-in, you know. Mixed, very mixed for them anyway. So they absolutely have a chance of going on a big run here. That's very fair.
Especially
Yeah.
when you see the teams they've beaten. They haven't been beaten
Yeah.
just literally all the ones at the bottom. They've been beaten a wide variety of people since Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I've taken my eye off them a little bit too much, you know, thinking they were too far behind, and then they've slowly been collecting points, and I've been looking the other way.
When we got promoted years ago to the Premier League, a Reading side at just before Christmas, I think it was a month. It was either 3 weeks before Christmas or like a couple of weeks before Christmas. That Reading side were bottom. They won the league that year. It was insane. They literally just didn't lose a game to the end of the season. It was absolutely bonkers, you know. So yeah, people can do it. So I won't write them off at all. I've seen crazier things happen, you know.
Yeah.
What do you think your
Okay.
chances are after tonight, though, Paddy? Do you think you're still confident? Still confident, though.
No, not totally confident. In fairness, I don't think I was overly confident about staying in the playoffs. I've always been worried about those kind of last two matches. You don't want to be picking up no points in the last two matches. That's always what worried me. I don't see us being 6 points safe by the time we get there, you know.
Yeah, fair.
So that's all. That was always going to be tough. But I'm positive in that we do have a shot. We do have a chance, and something I've mentioned quite a few times recently as well is when things get this tight at the end of the season, it's often teams that have injury problems that slide out of the playoffs. How deep is your squad? How well can you handle the injuries you get? And how lucky do you get that the injuries are spread out over either time or over positions so that you are able to handle them? And look, maybe Moore being out and Sheaf being out and a few others will ultimately catch up with us if we have to use the same players without being able to rotate much for a significant period of time here. It could hurt our chances. So we'll see how it goes.
With any luck, you've got more back after the window and you go on a run, you know?
Yeah, that's a big possibility. You know, I can see that as a potential. Yeah, so I am positive we're going to make a good go of it, and I'm hopeful that we can remain in there. But I know it won't be easy. That's one thing. I'm not unrealistic about that.
I mean, the players I expect that I want back after the international break would be. I mean, we know we get Dobson back for Sheffield. That depends.
Maybe James, maybe more.
Maybe James, maybe more, but I don't know how his split tendon's going to be after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully, we really need him, but Kakacho on the left, because we're just running Thompson. Thomason down.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to perform at his max if we're just
In every
constantly
match.
using it.
Yeah.
In every match, he's not going to be able to.
Yeah.
And now we're going to he showed up when we went up against Sheffield. That was not a place he played against. Right now, we've been playing him near consistently.
You pick up injuries like that, don't you? You player. What lands up happening? They land up getting a cruciate ligament or something really serious, you know? They land up being out for a couple of months.
But even without going that far into it, just simply the fact that Thomason is playing out of position means he's not experienced against all different types of players that he's going to come up against on that wing. Different teams play different ways. So what's likely to happen, and I think we're seeing it a little bit, is some matches it will really suit him, and he will play to his upper end ability. But there'll be other matches where he's just not used to it and it won't work as well. And of course, he'll get tired from time to time as well. So he's not going to play top end like we've seen him do it every single match. It's unfair to kind of think he might do that playing out of position. It would be a miracle if he kind of did. But as you said, in certain matches, he can be our talisman and focal point for that match. And he can, be a big part of winning it. But we can't expect it all the time. And if Kikache could stay fit, he would, I would say, be more balanced at a higher level, because he's just used to it. It's his position.
In a sense, I can't wait for the international break to come any sooner, because we've got to find out what the hell's going on with some of our players and see how many of them we can get back.
Yeah.
If we can get most of them back, then yeah, I'm cool with that. But we're starting to get to the bit where it's like everyone is getting injuries, but we have quite a few as well.
Yeah. We need to survive these couple of matches. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we may be able to bounce back against
Sheffield United
to beat Sheffield. Yeah,
it's very possible we could beat Sheffield United. We could be up for the challenge, but we have to wait and see.
Is that game on TV, Paddy?
3 p.m.
Yeah, but has it been selected for match? I'm not sure. I always have them because I have local TV here, play most of them, and I have iFollow as well. So, so I don't know.
You're not in the UK then, Paddy?
No, I'm in Finland.
Fair play.
And it's almost confirmed that Man United will be playing Wrexham in Helsinki in the summer.
Will you watch it?
I'll go.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll go.
Brilliant stuff. Ipswich Mill early kickoff on Saturday. That'll be a good game.
Yeah, that's a big one. Really interesting to see.
100%.
And this is where I was saying that Millwall could potentially go on a little bit of a slide here.
Yeah.
So let me bring up their fixtures.
It's either that, Paddy, or they take second, right?
Yeah, they could. That's the thing. So they have Ipswich away, Middlesbrough away, and then Norwich at home for their next three.
I would not be shocked if Millwall takes second. I would not be shocked. The way the season's gone, I would not be shocked at all.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. As I said, after those three matches, it gets significantly easier for their running. They have West Brom away, QPR at home, Stoke away, Leicester away, and who's their last one? And then Oxford at home. So their run-in is pretty handy. If they can get through these next three matches with some significant points, they could push themselves nicely into second and then have an easy run-in to defend it.
I'll tell you what, those playoffs will be the playoffs of death, won't they?
Yeah, they'll be. Could you imagine that? Middlesbrough, Millwall, and whoever else makes it.
Yeah. Exactly that. I just look. Oh, to be fair, I would rather
Ipswich.
Millwall out of the playoffs anyway.
Millwall
I
out.
think.
Sorry. Yeah.
Do you know why?
Ipswich.
Because I think playing them away is a pain in the arse at Millwall. It's that
Mm.
atmosphere. Players don't like it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun either way. I just hope we're in it.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I wouldn't really care. Let them tear each other apart.
Yeah. Okay. Was there any big talking point in the match in the second half we want to go over? AO had obviously a couple of goals come in. Everybody was messing up, so I'm not going to try and criticize AO in particular for any of those goals.
Our defense was poor.
Yeah, the defense was extremely poor, and I don't like trying to pick apart a goalkeeper when the defense does a horrible job.
The thing is that all three of those goals. I mean, the first one, it's hard to say for the first. The first one, you could say, yeah, that could be Arthur's fault for that one, AO's fault.
It did take a deflection though.
It did. That's what I was thinking as well.
So it's hard to know whether he would have been in the right position because he went down and it looked like he lost his footing. But when you actually watch it, it's once the deflection starts to happen, he's looking at the ball move and then it just looks awkward because he's going down for nothing. So
that's what I noticed as well. Because it looks like he fell, but he didn't really fall. It was more like he was tracking the trajectory.
Yeah.
And then it just went off it veered off in a different direction for that. And then
I'm surprised they didn't change no formation though for that number 66 Habs or changed nothing in the game to stop him because he was just ran right for 60 minutes.
Yeah. Parky tends not to. He doesn't seem to make massive changes like that. He changes like for like with players and just leaves it as it is, kind of. It's annoying sometimes, yeah, but it's been working. three seasons of promotions and doing well this year.
Mate,
so
fair play.
Yeah, I've had this discussion before in other seasons. I think it was mainly about Notts County at the time when we were battling with them. Is they only had one style of play. That's it. That's all they did. They did nothing different. And it was a case of, okay, we only have one game plan, keep running it. And for the amount of teams who will be able to beat us, and maybe a couple of them will beat us badly, we don't care. I'm not going to try and counter them. We can beat enough teams doing what we do. So it's kind of interesting to see that a little bit with us now. In that Parky doesn't change, but he trusts his system and is maybe happy with a single point away matches. Sometimes he plays blocks of wins and points, so he doesn't seem to overly stress on the individual one. But yeah, at times it annoys me. But what can you do? We all love him now.
The thing is with him is that he puts a lot of faith in his players. That's what he does.
Yeah.
He puts a lot of faith and trust in his players to be able to. Because he's not. You can tell by this in the way Broadhead played at Ipswich and the way he plays here with us. Broadhead, like with Ipswich, they're very drilled. They're very drilled. There's a set pattern. There's a particular way in the way they are played because McKenna wants them to play in a particular way, and that particular way he's got them just drill. They're going to do this. They're going to do this. They're going to do this. With Parky, he's like, here's an idea. We're going to put you in this system. We're going to play direct, get the ball down on the other end, and it's up to you to figure out ways to get there. Sure, we're going to have certain patterns of play, which we're going to do, which we do have that on the left.
We do, yeah.
Especially on the left. But we want you to find. He's going to put trust in his players in terms of you're going to have a lot more freedom in the way you play, and I trust you to do the certain things that you need to do to get the ball in the back of the net. And Broadhead basically said this in a Sky interview where he said he noticed how different it was, is that he's just got so much freedom to play with the way we play. Too much freedom in certain aspects.
Yeah.
Where in certain aspects, like
yeah, when he came in, he said that it will take me time to get used to this because he almost said I have too much freedom. He basically said that he's not used to it because of the structure. So I guess that kind of answers your question. Why doesn't he change tactics to close someone down? Well, I'm sure at halftime he was talking to certain players and saying, right, you have to figure out how to watch this guy, how to close him down, as a group or whatever. But it's up to you to do it because he gives you that flexibility. So
at the same time, though, when I'm just looking back at the game now, I'm watching it back over, and it's a quick turnover for the first goal. Number 8 gets in, he switches it, and AO, I'm not going to point him out because I've seen him in games and he's been amazing. Completely dives the other way. He don't even anticipate where the ball's going to go. It's literally insane, and he dives the other way and he just goes straight past him. He's the defense was no good in the first
the
half.
defense was bad, yeah.
It was terrible. But AO, first goal, he was quite abysmal himself. For the first goal.
But you did see the deflection on that shot, yeah?
Is it a deflection?
There is a deflection. AO is going down to his left, which is roughly where the ball was going.
Yeah.
But it took a deflection off the defender. And
Sorry,
went up.
I keep on seeing the ref bone before the goal.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh every time. Right. Sorry, I'm just watching.
but the
How
thing
does
is
he
that,
even manage that? I don't even know.
I don't know. That could have gone in. That could have. And he screwed that up. But the thing is that Parky trusts his players. That's what he does. One of the reasons why we're so unpredictable and chaotic to play against is because of the level of freedom we're given to play our game.
Yeah.
That's why. And that's why you get these when you see the goals that we score, it's always manic. You just don't expect those goals to happen.
Oh, it was brilliant watching Chelsea game, to be fair, mate. As a neutral, it was brilliant to watch, right? It's really good to watch. Really
let me just call this out here to you, right? This seems to happen almost every season to us, right? It's happened for the last couple of seasons. So our goal scorers, Kiefer Moore 11, Josh Wynn, that's 9, Broadhead 7, Ratbone 6, Smith 6, Lewis O'Brien 4, Max Kluwer 3, Callum Doyle 2, Ryan Longman 2, George Dobson 1, Maddie James 1. Like, our goals spread out over the entire team. Our defenders are getting goals. Some of our defensive midfielders are getting goals at different times. And you see this spread across a season with our teams because of that flexibility that people are allowed to move into dangerous spaces.
How did the thing is, there was points in that game, in the first half, like you said, your passing's normally crisp. There was points where Wrexham players were literally passing to the Watford side. They didn't obviously mean to, but it was horrible. I was there like I hope that we get this team when we play them. You know, that's what I was thinking in my head. I was thinking, I hope we get these. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be a twat. I'm just saying. I was thinking, I wish we get these. Do you know what I mean? Because it was insane.
Yeah, but this is the problem with that sort of scenario is you need all the players to be up to a certain level in order to be able to have that creativity and flexibility and freedom. And like today, when they don't do it, when they don't play to that standard, it all falls apart.
It was very disjointed, wasn't it? Yeah.
Then you're just waiting for a wonder goal. And the interesting thing is, in some of our bad matches, where things weren't working and it wasn't coming together for us as a team, some players just stood up and said, okay, it's not working. I'm not going to pass the ball. I'm in a dangerous position, and they just leather it or get that wonder strike themselves. So I've seen it on occasion where they know it's not working with all the passing around and waiting. And as soon as they get the ball, they're looking for goal. And they have saved matches like that before, and that's still part of the same sort of creative freedom to allow people to do that. They'll take it upon themselves to score.
Them sitting off that ball even for the second goal, though, they were sitting off the ball. Lewis
Horrendous.
O'Brien, He's there. So I think it's Lewis O'Brien. He's there on the left.
Yeah.
He could have closed his man down. Then the next man could have closed it. And they're just letting him in on goal. And it's like, oh yeah, take a shot because you're on the outside of just on the edge of the box. Take a shot then.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be putting AO in that position.
Yes. Yeah. And Doyle had a pretty horrendous match for his standards too, as well. He was standing off people today as well. So it was all over. It was all over the team today.
Yeah, you close your man down, you push him out, you close your man down, you run to him, don't you? Do you know what I mean? You want it. That's what you do. It's just watching it back, like you said. No, fair play for Watford, but for Wrexham, this is just not good.
Not good, exactly.
I could just imagine that Parky going crazy.
I mean, it's to be expected. I mean, we got them. I mean, we've got to wait for the next match and see what happens. I mean, the thing is that Sheffield United, they've had a week's rest. They have had, so they've had time to really observe what was going to go on, and they're going to look at this and think, okay, we can get something out of this. Parky's going to have to give these boys some rest. Some of these boys are going to need some rest for this week before they get back into training, and then figure out what they can do against United, because they will find something. They will, in terms of goals. I mean, they scored against us quite easily, but we managed to come back from it. But
see, you boys might start smiling, you see, because I don't know if you've seen the fixture that Saints have actually got yet. So what happens is we need 6 points. This is the way I see it as a Saints fan. We need 6 points, right? Because when we play you, we play Arsenal on a Saturday, and then we play you 2 days later.
Yeah.
Like, three days.
You might
on
have the
Tuesday.
hangover that we had after Chelsea.
Exactly that. Because after we played good against Fulham and beat Fulham and kicked them out, we played against West Brom and we were 1-0 down for 90 minutes.
The thing is, here's the thing. I don't think. I think you guys will probably throw that match away.
To be fair, we've got four squad players coming back after the internationals. That's what they're looking at, that time period. So they probably might chuck them in the Arsenal game. What's more important, right? The FA Cup, which you're never going to win against top of the Premier League, right? Arsenal, and or do you go for the playoffs? You go for the playoffs, don't you? But we'll see. Like I said, it's game by game. But me, I'm dreading it. The next 2 games, I literally am pulling my hair out even before the matches even happen, mate. Stressful being a fan, isn't it?
Right, guys, I think that can be our bombshell for the night, and we'll leave it there. Interesting discussion. Actually, not too negative, considering we just lost. But I was gonna, you know what? I was actually gonna say good luck for tomorrow, but no, screw you.
Fair play. Oh, if you're feeling down, just watch that Rathbone replay, mate, and you'll feel better.
I mean, you could always have it like Rathbone.
Thank you, everybody, for coming in tonight. Obviously, hit the like and subscribe on your way out, and we will catch you on the weekend for the next one against Sheffield United. Bye.
The whistle's blown, the Reds have played. Win, lose, draw, the passion stayed. From the racecourse ground to around the world, it's WREXtra time, come have your say. Raise your voices, it's time to call WREXtra time, we're debating it all. Heroes in red, fearless and bold, ring the lines now, your opinions be told.